After Carl stopped crying, his biggest fear was the ghost of his wife. Carl would not leave his cave without a friend. He used his computer to email his wife and apologize just in case her ghost was reading her emails. Meanwhile, at the remains of the castle, Carl's wife's ghost was pacing back and forth. She was annoyed by the emails that was sent by Carl. The ghost came up with a devious plan to scare Carl out of the forest and blow up his cave. Her plan was to wait until the night and start knocking on the doors and windows of the cave. This would have freaked him out because the ghost was invisible. Then Carl would run out of the cave and the ghost would use 1,000,000 tons of TNT and blow up the cave because Carl blew up her castle. The ghost started through the forest towards Carl's cave. It was a long journey, but finally she reached Carl's cave. The ghost knocked on the window and then knocked on the door. Carl opened the door and was confused to find that no one was there. Carl went and sat back down in his chair. The ghost started to go back and forth, knocking on the windows and doors. A jolt of fear went through Carl's veins. "It's the ghost!" Carl screamed. He ran towards the door and ran outside. Carl ran until he came out of the forest and into the city of London. Carl drank a cup of tea because it helps him think, and it is easy to find a cup of tea in London. Carl came up with a plan. He would go back to the forest, get his friends, and run the ghost out of England. Maybe she might move to America, and they wouldn't have to deal with her again. Carl ran back into the woods toward his cave. He ran a long, long way. By the time he got back there, his heart beat like crazy. He found all of his friends individually in their homes. All of his friends agreed to help him chase off the wife's ghost. They formed a mob and headed towards Carl's cave. They made it to the cave just before the explosion happened. Everyone heard a large boom, and then Carl felt as light as a cloud. He looked down at himself and appeared to be white. At first Carl was confused, but then he realized he was a ghost too. He looked over at his wife and fell back in love with her again. Carl's wife fell back in love with him again. They got it together and found a house in the ghost world, and they lived happily ever after. The end. The Crazy Mr. Carl audio version 2 is brought to you by Levi Smyth Stories and the Daily Studios. Thank you for watching.